All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is just going to be a quick comment, man. I'm planning for it to be quick anyway, on how people like to say that they want to say like, oh, poor people shouldn't have children, right? And that if you want to avoid poverty, don't have children and stuff like that. Which I'm going to be honest that obviously having children, if you are not financially stable, is a bad idea. But everything's according to Yahweh's will anyway, right? But then all these people that say that, oh, these people that are poor, they're having children and it's not right, it's not this and it's not that, right? But then even when an Israelite man, for example, in particular, will be a millionaire, people will still complain that he has 10 children. Because really this world's been made so corrupt and wicked that nobody really thinks that men should have a large family, because it rubs them the wrong way, because this society is against the spirit of the Lord. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear for all the people mourn. And who is it in this world really that you can see that's happy? Whether they have children, whether they don't have children. Who in this world do you really see on average that's financially stable? Millionaires are even catching hell down here. I saw a video recently where Cam Newton was complaining that he can't take care of his children as much as he used to. And he's got like a couple of children, I think maybe more than 5, I think I heard. And people was having a problem with him. People have a problem with him having loads of children, but he's a millionaire a couple of times over. So is it a thing where people have really got a grievance with poor people having children and having a lot of children in general? Or is it a thing really where this world is against people building a large family in the first place anyway, right? People in this world really have a grievance with having a large family anyway on this earth, right? And all the people that don't have, there's loads of people in this world that don't have children. There's loads of women in this world that don't have children in their 40s. They never had a child in their life and they're miserable, right? There's loads of women that are out there that did that. And then, and there's loads of people, in fact, that have got riches and they never had any children, and them kind of people are miserable. If you find a woman that she's in her 40s, 50s, right, and she never had children, whether it because of a physical reason, why, because she can't have children, right, or whether it be because she just never found a man that she thinks is worthy to have children with, that kind of woman's a miserable. That's the kind of woman that ends up being a Karen. But anyway, Genesis chapter 35 and verse 11, and God said unto him, I am Yahweh Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. So people are supposed to have children, and it's not according to nobody else's thought process on whether they can tell somebody that they can have children or not. Yahweh ultimately decides when he wants an Israelite to be born, that you're going to be the person that he's going to make that Israelite be born through, whether you like it or not ultimately. Now, other people will complain and say whatever they want to say, but that's just according to how Yahweh makes it be. Just like how if two parents decided, oh, we want to have a child, if Yahweh decides, no, you're not having one, he can close the womb and that child will never be born. And then they might try again and that child's not born, and they keep trying and they never have children. Or he can make a woman not conceive. Didn't he do that to Rachel, right? He did it to Rachel, right? She wasn't able to have children for a time. God closed her womb, right? Let me read the last of this. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins, and the land which I gave to Abraham and Isaac, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. So the children thing is a thing that people in this world have a grievance with, and I personally think that even if a man was a billionaire in this world, people would be bothered if he had 100 children, because this world just all the way off, and people will say, oh, and want to try and point their finger at people that are less better financially than them. But even the people that don't have any children are catching hell and they're broke, right? They don't have nothing themselves. They're living paycheck to paycheck in a job that's dead end, that ain't going nowhere fast. But then they want to get on their high horse and look at somebody that doesn't have a job maybe, right? But they do have a job and they're still broke. And then they'll think that they're paying that person's this and that, paying that person's that. But if you're living over here in the UK, if you're living in the world, look, never mind the UK, if you're living in the world in general, these people are through. And just because they can get a car on finance, or they can get this, or they can get some clothes on Klarna, right? Klarnaing it off, right? That don't mean you're doing it. Because having a car now and some nice clothes is not a real show of wealth. It's not a real show, right? And on that, I think I'll end the lesson there, man. That all these people getting on their high horse and talking down on the poor, they're really broke themselves. And it's not the reason why people are poor isn't because they're having children. Now, having children does not help with the matter. But the reason why people are poor is not because of children, because there's people that don't have any children that are still broke, right? There's people that are rich in this world and have children, and people that still got a problem with those kind of people having a lot of children as well. People have complained about Nick Cannon having a lot of children. Oh, they're broken homes, blah, 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 getting all up in their business. People have a problem with the scriptural way of how a man's supposed to deal. And even if all of us brothers became billionaires overnight, and then we decided, okay, I'm gonna get 100 wives and have 100 children, right, this year, people would have a problem with that, and they would still be getting in our business talking about why is this person got children for, right? And this isn't no particular thing that I'm talking about to do with my personal life in general. I'm just talking about it because we're going to be the leaders of this world, man. So we're supposed to review things that go on in this earth. And this is a trend that I've started to see where people want to get on their high horse against the poor, but then they still have a problem with the rich having children as well. Like this world's so off that a man will be a billionaire and he'll have one child, but that's off. But then the poorer people are more copying what Yahweh said. You'll be people in third world countries and they have a whole bunch of children. You see what I mean? So the people in this westernized society, they're lost. They don't know anything, and they think that they've got it good down here because they've got an iPhone, a smartphone, some internet access, a smart TV. You know what I mean? A games console and a local pub, or a not so local pub, and a not so local nightclub, and a local nightclub, a local restaurant, and they just go to these 5 to 10 locations throughout the year at different times in the year, so the environment and the themes changed a bit, and they think that that's life. And they've got a few holidays. Like Esau, yeah, is a creature of habit a lot of the time when it comes to holidays, and he'll go to the same holiday location every single year for the rest of his life. And that's how we know that this guy ain't gone to space like he says he's gone, man. He ain't gone there because he would have went back, because he's a creature of habit. Esau might go to Belgium on holiday to get some chocolate, and he'd go there every single year, man. Or Benidorm, Benidorm and all these kind of holidays, you know what I mean? He'll go to the same hotel in the same place, and it'll be the same staff, and he might have been going there for 10 years, 10, 15 years. So if he had the ability to go to space, you don't think he would go there every year? You don't think he would? Oh, well, the rocket, yeah, whatever, man. You're a liar. But on the topic of the poor, let me see if I can find some more scriptures on. Let me just type in poor, because people have got a large grievance in this world with the poor, right? But we as the Israelites, we're poor, man. Like, they ain't not, like, the amount that you have to make in this world to be considered not poor is no longer really 1 million. Like, people say all that 6-figure salary stuff like that, yeah. Women ain't really gonna be that impressed by a man that makes six figures a year no more, because the TV shows that they watch, those characters ain't making 6 figures. Those characters, the amount that they make is not even spoken of. It's just assumed that it's unlimited. You know what I mean? Let's get this. Exodus chapter 22 and verse 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be unto him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. Meaning, if you lend money to your own people of your own nation, right, don't try and put no interest on that loan to him, because you're supposed to drag him out of being poor. You're not supposed to just bun him out. You broke, you bum, you ain't got this, you ain't got that. You ain't supposed to do that, because then you're gonna start sounding like a certain purple horse riding equestrian type character, ain't you? Who he likes to call people bums, bomb camps, and he's there with all of his money. You don't want to sound like a guy like that. You don't want to start sounding like Nabal. You know what I mean? But that's how people in the world do it, though. They like for somebody to be poor so that they can feel less poor themselves. So a person that's living paycheck to paycheck likes the thought of somebody else not having a job, even though both parties might have similar amounts of money, or the other person's just a bit less, got a bit less than them. But they like the thought of being able to laugh at that person for their situation. But then they forget that there's somebody else that makes twice what they make a year. And then the person that makes twice what they make a year is going to flex on them. Or you could only buy one box of cornflakes a week. I bought two. Or you bought the basics one, but I bought Kellogg's. Or you bought the store-owned hot chocolate, but I bought the fancy one that's chocolate orange. I bought the Galaxy one. Or you bought the store salt powder, but I bought Bold and Surf salt powder. Or you bought Basics Lush washing up liquid, but I bought Fairy. Or you bought chicken, but I bought the Taste the Difference range. So you ain't doing it like me. Or you went to holiday in the UK for your holiday. Well, I went abroad twice. So I'm doing better than you, but then that person will forget that there's somebody doing better than them. And then that person will forget that there's somebody doing better than them. And then that person and that person and that person and all of these people try to hide the fact that they really know inside that the elites are ruling over all of them. So when they're hearing about how this money just comes out their account and they can't do nothing about it, they're like, oh, well, everyone does that. No, they don't. There's someone that money's going to, and they ain't paying none of that. There's somebody that owns the society that they ain't paying none of that stuff that you have to pay. No, you're paying that. They're not. Yeah, they ain't paying it. Let's go to this. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 6, thou shalt not rest the judgment of thy poor in his cause. Because that's what will happen in this world. If a man that's poor, because people have got such a hatred for the poor man in this world, right? If a man that's poor and a doctor, or a man that's a doctor or something like that commits a crime, people are going to find a way to allow the doctor to get away with it. Like, let's say if a doctor, right, sleeps with a man that's unemployed wife, there'll be people in this world be like, well, no wonder she cheated on you. You ain't got a job. But is that according to righteousness? No, it's not. Or if a celebrity sleeps with a man that is working's wife, oh no, what? Yeah, but that is the new star of the new movie. So what will you expect? You should actually be happy that you and him have shared the same bird. Like, I'd love for him to have a go at my missus. That's how some of these sickos are in this world. But they're actually supposed to be, no, the judgment is what the judgment is according to the law, and that's how we're going to do it in the kingdom. If there's some more higher level of attractiveness according to the women of another nation, of a certain man among another nation, let's say Ishmael, for example, and he's taller than the rest of the Ishmaelites, right? And that they think, oh, he's way more handsome and he's like one of their stars. It might be like one of the old men of old came back in reincarnation and he's just a bit more prestige than the rest. If he gets caught committing adultery, he's going to get judged for adultery, and it don't matter whether the man's wife, whether the woman's husband was poor or not. He's going to get judged for that. Him being poor is not going to be a reason why he don't get justice. No, he's going to get justice had he not did nothing wrong. And that's righteous. Right? That's righteous, man. Now let's read this. Let's read some more. Let me try and find one. Try and find a few of these, man. Well, here's a good scripture. Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 4. Save when there shall be no poor among you, for Yahweh shall greatly bless thee in the land which Yahweh thy power give thee for an inheritance to possess it. So among Israelites, there's soon going to come a time when none of us are poor anyway. And you can read about that in the scriptures in Isaiah. It's either Isaiah 60 or Isaiah 61 when it goes into how the Israelites are going to receive gold in abundance, silver in abundance, brass in abundance. Let's go to some more. Let me try it. So lucky. I'm just trying to look for some quick ones. Here's a good one. 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 7. Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and bringeth up. So in a time when you've got money, more money than you usually have, Yahweh made you be in that situation. And in a time when Yahweh takes that away from you, Yahweh put you in that situation. And if you're carnal, you're going to not accept that. But if you're spiritual, you're going to accept, okay, right now, Yahweh's got me in a situation where I've got more money. Then the changeover comes, okay, right now, Yahweh's got me in a situation where I haven't got as much money. Like what Paul said, I know how to abound and abase. I know how to handle both, right? And the scriptures say that in the time of abundance, in a time of sorrow, or roughly, there's a forgetfulness of pleasure, and in a time of pleasure, there's a forgetfulness of sorrow. But the person that's able to properly deal is able to remember both times. You see. And in the kingdom, we're going to remember the time where we was poor now, because we're poor, man. We ain't rich, right? We ain't got it like that. We're through down here, man. Like what rich actually is versus what we have as people in this earth right now as Israelites. We ain't got nothing, right? We ain't really got nothing, man. Because the real state of Israelites being rich is every single one of us have got it, not just a few people that have got some talent that can be put on the screen to gather an audience. So Lokia. Job chapter 20 and verse 10, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods, right? And that's what Esau is going to be forced to have to do, especially in the kingdom. They're going to be forced to try and please the people that used to be poor under them, and they're going to restore what they took from us, man. Let me read some more. They turn the needy out of their, Job chapter 24 and verse 4, they turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together, and that's what this world does. It doesn't give justice unto the poor. People laugh and mock the poor all they want, right? And tell them, oh, they shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that. But these people themselves are living paycheck to paycheck. So who are you really to be trying to give financial advice yourself? You ain't really killing the game neither. But they'll look at it will be a person that like they make minimum salary. And this ain't me mocking no one's job or no one's wages, because I ain't in no position to mock no one with nothing to do with finances, right? But people in this world that are not even rich themselves will mock the poor, will mock somebody that's in a worse off state than them, but then they don't want to be mocked by the people that are above them, though. And this is the reason why I'm saying this, is because I was looking at some comment board about these Jakes, which them Jakes was going off, man. The one Jake committed adultery on his woman, and this is considered adultery, I would say, because he committed adultery on his woman with another Jake, man. So then she committed adultery on him as for revenge, when she really, like, that's just an abomination situation. And they had like a lot of children together, and like it's a proper bugged out scenario. It's absolutely disgusting, right? But one of the main things that people was focusing on is that they were poor, rather than the wickedness of both of them people, especially the man in this scenario, right? Especially the man. Like, this world is all the way bugged out, man. And Jake are in a complete snares, and they've got demons on him. That Jake had a whole bunch of demons on him, man. He was a defeated individual. Let me carry on reading. Psalm chapter 10 and verse 9, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And that's what this world does. It always is trying to find, people mock the poor they want, but a lot of people in this world have become rich from the poor. They've become rich from the poor's needs, right? A lot of people have become rich from the poor because the Israelites are poor individually, but their individual poverty is a whole bunch of money in a multitude of them. And Esau has tried to always keep them away from unifying their money to do anything. Right? He's been very crafty in doing that. Verse 10, he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. They're always trying to set snares for the poor, right? Always. Psalm 34 and 6, the poor man cried, and Yahweh heard him and saved him out of all of his troubles. And that's what Yahweh is getting ready to do for us. Because this world has been against us and has been mocking us. People have mocked the Atlantic slave trade. Oh, you're never going to get revenge for it. That's what you thought. You thought we was never going to get revenge for it, but you're going to see. You're going to live to see, a lot of you Edomites are going to live to see the fall of your kingdom and the beginning of ours, and you're going to get reincarnated in different times and see the kingdom again, getting built up to the point where you live in your final life. Just like how Jake's going to have their final life, right? Where we end up immortal. You Edomites are going to have your final life too, where you're about to get destroyed off the earth, man. And you're never going to get another reincarnation again after that. Lord will, man. Lord will. There ain't no more secretive spiritual things that show that you Edomites are gonna. I don't like the sound of that, man. I don't want Esau to come back as nothing, not even a butterfly and nothing, man. I don't like the sound of Esau coming back anywhere. But if that's what Yahweh says is gonna happen in the spirit, then that's what happens, man. But I would not like that. But who am I to stop it from happening if that's what's supposed to happen? But I don't like the sound of that, man. I hope Esau really is Obadiah 1:18 completely, man, and don't come back as nothing, not a cat or a dog, nothing, not as nothing else, man. That's personally me. But if that's what Yahweh does, then again, it is what it is, right? Who am I to stop it? Let me just see if there's any more. Well, there is more, but I'm just trying to see some ones that make me think about something real quick. Okay, here's one. Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 21. He that despiseth his neighbor sinneth, but he that have mercy on the poor, happy is he. And a lot of these people in this world that are, again, I'm going to say it themselves, I'm not on about somebody that's got like a good middle class job, you know what I mean? That's like they can have a good amount saved up each month. I'm on about these people that they've just got some job where they literally didn't need no kind of qualifications to do it. Some of these people will be some of the most proud to the poor. And I'm like, hang on. Somebody could be as qualified as you to do that job in 2 weeks. What are you talking about? Like even some of these, let me use some of this as an example, like some of these people in the UK, for example, and in America as well, and anywhere in the world, these people that are supposed to help people with employment, right? Those people that are supposed to help people with employment, what are their qualifications really? They sit down on a computer, right? And they ask people if they want their CV done. And they don't really tell anybody about all the real things that they can do to actually get certain jobs. They won't tell people, oh, there's an apprenticeship in this, there's an apprenticeship in that, or you could go to college and do this, you could go, this training here. They don't really do that. And if they hear that you went for a job, and the job that you wanted to go and get was more money than they're getting paid in their job, they'd be happy if they found out that you didn't get the job. Esau, as much as he says that Jake can't work this and Jake can't work that and Jake can't do this and Jake can't do that, every time Israelites prove that they can do the things that Esau says they can't do, they're angry. Every time they find an Israelite that's got more money than them, they're angry. Every time an Israelite moves into their neighborhood, right, and has literally got a key to get into a house, they'll say, "You don't live around here. What are you doing?" They'll actually knock on Jake's own door. And I saw a video like this. The woman knocked on the Israelite man's door. He's pulling up to his own driveway. He's saying to her, "What are you doing in my driveway?" She's like, "Do you live in this neighborhood?" Trying to pretend that she lives in his house because she's scared, thinking that he's going to do something to her because she don't think he could live there. Then he says, "I live here," and she's like, "No, I don't believe that." Runs away and screaming, "Help, help, help," saying that he chased her, which all of it was not true. You see what I mean? All of that information is not true, but that's because Esau claims that he thinks Jake should be able to, that everything's fair. They say, oh, everything's fair and square, or everything's equal. But then when they see a Jake with a nicer car than them, they're jealous. When they see Jake with a nicer house than them, they're jealous. When they see Jake dressed nicer than them, they're jealous. When they see Jake in the same restaurant that they thought that they could only go to eating food, they're jealous. When they see Jake getting better customer service than them, they're jealous. When Jake works on the same job as them and is more intelligent than them and has got more respect on the workplace than them, they're jealous, they're envious, and they're hoping that they could try and get Jake fired. I remember a scenario with one of the elders where he went into how the Edomite that used to smile and joke with him every day, talking about how we should go and have a meal together with our wives. The guy, the Edomite, just tried to get him fired for no reason. Literally for no reason, he tried to get him fired. But I know that Esau's like that. I know personally that that's Esau's spirit, man. He's a demon. And a lot of other people other than me know that that's Esau's spirit, man. He's always seeking to try and destroy Jake. And it don't matter how nice, sweetly he smiles with you. "Oh, morning, Jerome. Yeah, you all right, mate? I made you a coffee." Mate, don't trust that motherfucker, man. That's a demon. You understand? That guy is a serpent from the Garden of Eden, bro. I don't care how nice and sweet he talks to you. He hates your guts. He wants to know what you know first before destroying you. And you've got to deal with him according the same way you deal with a snake that spits out venom. Let's read some more. Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 31. He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoureth him have mercy on the poor. But in this world, you'll have people that are poor themselves, mocking the poor. And again, I'm not on about somebody that's got like a job that they had to get some qualifications for and they've got some more money than others. Like that they can have a like maybe, oh, I'm a store away about 1,000, 1,500 every month. And you know what I mean? I'm not even on about that. I'm on about a person that literally will be paycheck to paycheck by the time every single direct debit comes out their account, they barely got enough to travel to and from work. And that person will be mocking somebody that doesn't have a job. But then you'll be looking at their life and you'll be like, mate, you're through yourself. So why are you talking up? That you're in this world so proud and has got such an Edomite spirit on it that you'll have the poor mocking the poor. You know what I mean? The poor is mocking the poor. It's absolutely ridiculous down here. And then even like having 100,000 a year, it is a lot. It would be a lot. It's a lot nicer to have 100,000 a year than 50, then 40, then 30, then 20, then 45, then 65, then 75. Obviously, more is better. If it's talking about finances, obviously more is better. Just like how being taller is more better than being short. Being strong is better than being weak. Being wise is better than being a fool. Right? Being happy to a certain degree is better than being sad, depending on the scenario. Right? But in this world, the poor mock the poor. It's absolutely ridiculous down here. Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 5, whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. And in this world, people are glad. If people find out that you're in a bad situation in this world, they find it funny. They don't find it sorrowful. They ain't going to mourn with you. They're going to laugh. They're like, yeah, he a bum ass nigga. And you're thinking, raw. Like, why are you happy that this person's poor or this person's struggling when it doesn't even affect your finances? So why are you happy? Why are you angry if this person's got more riches than you when their riches that they had didn't take away nothing from your life? And that's how Esau is. Esau will be angry that Jake's got a job, but they didn't take nothing away from that Edomite. And I thought Esau wanted it by merit. They don't want it by merit. They want an unfair advantage, man. They want the merit to be, I'm an Edomite. Let's go to this. Yeah, I'll read this one. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 23. The poor useth entreaties, but the rich answereth roughly. And that's this world. When the poor people are getting in a situation, they'd have to talk calmly, even when they've been wronged. But the rich, they speak roughly, even when they've did the wickedness. For the most part, man. The poor people will get caught doing something wrong and still speak proudly. I mean, the rich people will do wrong and still speak proudly when they get caught. Here's a good scripture. Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 1. Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. So to be poor but believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is better than to be rich anyway. Because eventually how this society is getting set up, everyone that's a believer in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, whatever you have in this world is going to be torn away. And that don't mean that for a time Yahweh might give you more for a bit coming in the coming days or take something away from you. But every single thing that a person of the elect to the nation of Israel is going through anyway is to get you beamed upon one of those chariots. Right? Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 4. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. People don't like when a person's poor because they can't use them for nothing. But if you get some riches and you start saying it's my round, or I'll buy a round. Oh, I bet, mate, Dave, you're a great crack on, Basil. You know what I mean? They'll be all upon you. The women are going to think you're a star. They're going to think you look like a young Idris Elba. If you start getting that money, you might be Chinese and be like, you know what? You look like Idris Elba, you know. You look like Jet Li. They'll love your dirty drawers if you're rich. But the moment that money's gone, they're gone. The moment the money's gone, they're gone, man. And I'm on about real riches. Not what this world thinks of riches, man. I'm on about the real ones where you don't have to worry about no money. Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 7. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him. Verse 17. He that hath pity on the poor lendeth unto the Yahweh, and and that which he have given him, and that which he have given, will he pay him again? So Yahweh ultimately, if you have gave unto Israelite in a righteous, and this isn't, I hope nobody don't come across this video thinking that I'm asking someone to give me no money, because there ain't no information out there for nobody to send me nothing. I'm not asking nobody for no money. I don't want no one to leave this video thinking that I'm saying and talking about myself and any of this, right? But we are poor as Israelites though. But I'm not asking nobody for no money, right? I'm not doing that, right? I'm saying what the scriptures say. But this world likes to mock the poor. Oh, these people shouldn't be able to have kids. These people shouldn't be able to do that. And it will be poor people themselves. That's how proud this world's gone. That'll be people that are broke themselves talking about and saying all of this when they ain't even doing it themselves, really. And that's why when that lockdown came, man, it was very funny to me that I started when I would go to the stores, I'd be seeing them in them car parks, man. Them cars started looking a lot nicer. And the people that was buying them Aldi foods and that looked like they didn't even know what store they was in. It looked like they used to always be in M&S and Waitrose, man. You know what I mean? And you'd be hearing them saying, oh, that's only 59p, love. It's about $2.95 in the other store. You'd be hearing them saying all that madness. Oh, babe, look how cheap this is in comparison to the other store we used to go to. You'd be hearing them saying all that. So now it's cool to shop at Aldi because you're in there, right? But before, our council estate people only go here. You know what I mean? You people are a joke, man. And you're gonna find out that the poor can handle a lot more than you can when all hell breaks loose. The poor can really live in the mud, in the debt, in the gutter, in the trenches, more than you rich people, man. More than you rich lot. They're gonna be able to handle a lot more pressure in that time than you can, man. They're gonna be able to handle a lot. They might be able to handle eating some sardines and some dry crackers, and they'll be able to even season it to make it taste good. Can you? They're gonna be used to eating tuna from a can. Are you? Or are you used to getting yours out the sea and having some chef cut it down and fillet it off and break it down? You know what I mean? Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 22. The desire of a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. And who's the main liar, man? Esau. And now I'm going to end this with a perfect scripture, man, for a topic like this. I really like this scripture, man. This is a heavy scripture and it shows the difference between Jacob and Esau. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? And Esau has been nothing but dishonorable in his riches. But we've been honorable in our poverty, right? We've been honored in our poverty. People love talking about all these jakes and they're hearing their story about, oh, I came in from the hood, water and cornflakes. I used to put water on my Weetabix. Man, we used to have just one bowl. We used to share one bowl in our house. And shit, if we had milk, it was lucky. It must have been on payday when we got milk. No, Anilla. You know what I mean? I used to eat corn like some of you people out there in this world. You've never ate corned beef. Yeah, you've never ate corned beef and then had people try and figure out how to season corned beef to make it taste nice. But among Jake, they've did that. Some of you people ain't had like the offcuts of meat and that. You ain't know nothing about that. And it's not a flex if you have been through it. But I'm just making a point that some of you people don't know anything about that, man. You don't know about like in a situation where you're heating. You might be in a situation where you're heating, don't go on because you're thinking about it financially. Esau definitely don't know about that. Among Jacob, we know about that though. Jacob knows about not having things. Jacob knows about seeing something that they like in the store and then looking at the price and tricking their mind. I don't like that anymore. That's not even nice. Oh, that jacket that I thought I liked, I don't like it. You know what I mean? We know about looking at the price first a lot of the time, trying to, okay, that looks nice, but let's look at the price. Nah, I don't like it. It's not even that nice. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? We know about that. Esau don't know about that. They're starting to now though. But then at the same time, they're not knowing because Esau's changed the financial thing where people can Klarna it off. They can get that Klarna deal, you know what I mean? So you can Klarna it up now. Especially if you're in the UK, you know what that means. I ain't too sure if they have it in other countries, but in the UK, they have that Klarna thing. So you can Klarna it off, you know what I mean? Oh, I like that jacket, but let me klarna that up. So now I'm gonna pay for that jacket over thingy. And it's this world's so bugged out that these women can get a BBL on Klarna. You know what I mean? Jake can get a car whip on finance, yeah, and Eve can get a BBL on finance. This world's all the way off. A BBL on a mortgage. Anyway, I'm gonna end say it's lucky, but I'm gonna end the lesson there, man. This was just a video on how the poor man's mocked all day long in this world, and the rich man's praised no matter how much wickedness he's doing. The poor man's mocked all the day long, but the rich man, even though he's doing wickedness, is praised. And the reason why people praise him is because they just want to get access to the money. It's not really because what he's doing is actually upright. And that's why when people mourn for the destruction of Babylon, let me get it. When people mourn for the destruction of Babylon, it's not because of Babylon being destroyed. It's because of the money that they was making from that place. It's not going to be because, oh, we miss Babylon. No, it's because of the money. Let me get the prophecy real quick. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. Why? For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Not because they're going to miss the inhabitants of America. Those people are not going to be missed. But the money that they made is going to be. Right? And it goes on to speak about it. The merchandise of gold. Oh, no one's buying our gold anymore. And silver, our silver anymore. And precious stones. All them diamond chains. The amount of rappers in America that buying all them chains, man. The Rolly, the bust down Rolly, the bust down Stoley. You know what I mean? The bust down Dr. Beats headphones. The bust down stopwatch. The bust down yarmulke. You know what I mean? Like it bugged out. The bust down teeth. I got diamonds in my teeth. Oh, I got 30,000 on the wrist, 30,000 in the shoes. You know what I mean? All that rap stuff. The NBA player, all of that. All the Edomites that be buying all the Rolexes, the more casual, classical looking ones and that. And of pearls, the women rocking them. And finally, the women rocking them nice gowns, them nice dresses that it might be summer, but she's wearing that long dress and she's cool in that because that's 100% linen. She nice with it. That shit dries instantly as she sweats. Like that shit is drying as she's moving. That dries as she walks. She ain't hot in that. She ain't sweating in that. Hers ain't recycled plastic. You know what I mean? She's wearing 100% fabrics. And purple and silk and scarlet and fayeen wood and all manner of vessels, all these nice things that these people have in their house. Or I've got a nice fireplace that's made out of this and that. The marble floors that they carved out one piece and measured it to their room. You know what I mean? I watch those things some of the time on them houses and that and them properties. And some of the nicest houses that you'll ever see, and you can test it out if you don't believe me, some of the nicest properties and houses that you'll see, the way they design them, are the nicest ones are in America, Babylon the Great. Some of the nicest ones when you see these houses, 100 million, 200 million, and the houses are nice. They got all the best materials in there. They didn't scrimp on anything. That's what this is going into. And all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of precious wood. Them wood roofs, the wood roof trusses where they got the wood on show in the inside of the house, and then they got the high ceilings and that. These are all the things that you'll see in America mainly, because they got the money away like that, and of brass and of iron and marble. The marble floors, when them marble floors, you know what I mean? Them nice, strongly built houses where they ain't spent no expense was spared, right? And cinnamon and odors, all them nice smells and fragrances, them incense, them nice, you know what I mean? Them healthy candles, not the one that's gonna jack your ass up, the real one, the real deal that they'll be having, man. That way you just go in the house and it smells nice. They got them incense candles, diffusers and all that, smelling nice. Not the damaging ones, the real ones, the real natural stuff. And oil and cinnamon and odors and ointments, all them nice fragrances that these people is wearing in America, man. Them nice fragrances that they make, and it costs like $200-300. And if you have one spritz, it's $50 a spray, $100 a spray. Things that we as Jake right now in this world might not really know that much about, man. Right? And ointments and frankincense and wine, them nice wines, them on them shows that I be seeing some of the time, they got them wine cellars down there and they ain't opened the wine bottle for 60 years. The wine bottle that they got in their house is older than them. And oil, right? Them oils, them expensive oils, them specialized oils are expensive, man. Certain high level essential oils and that, and they'll change your health too. And fine flour and wheat and beast. When you look at them food shows in America, mate, they got it going on over there, man. They got mad things going on there when it comes to the food. They ain't really no food. There ain't no food that you can taste over here in England that they can't taste in America. You think they ain't got fish and chips over in America? You think they ain't got mushy peas in America? Oh wow, mushy peas. Wow, that's so advanced. No, they got it over there. You think they ain't got salt and vinegar in America? Oh, we put salt and vinegar on our chips over here. You think they can't do that over there? Of course they can. There ain't nothing that you can do over in the UK that they can't do in America. They can do it all over there. Let me carry on reading. And wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. They got it all, man. They got it all, mate. All any car that exists, you can get it in America. Even with the whole tariff thing, you can get it. You can, if you want a BYD car, they'll send one over to you in America. The proof that they will is that they're having to put tariffs on there, but they'll send you one. Even if it's only 1 or 2 people, 10 people that want them cars that they're making in China and that, there'll be people that have got them over there. There's a demand for it over there. And who knows if in the future they won't be bringing it over there. We'll see, right? I personally think they will. But we're going to see, right? And chariots and slaves and souls of men and the fruits that thy soul lufted after are departed from thee, because they would have had all of that too. All of them exotic fruits. You can get anything in America. That's the land of the free, home of the brave. Home of the brave, right? That's the so-called God-blessed place, right? God bless America, supposedly, right? But what is the God of that place? Satan. Right? And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. America could get anything that's luxury living. Access to that is in America. Facts, right? Are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. Because America is going to be destroyed. There ain't going to be no one setting up a coffee shop. Or we've got a coffee shop and we make smiley faces when you serve a coffee. 2 caramel lattes. And then they spin around that stick in there and then make a happy face in it. And it's some pretty woman in it with some good customer service. Hi, welcome to Maco's Italiano. What would you like? You know what I mean? That ain't going to exist in America. Or some restaurant where you're going down. Can I sit you to your seat, sire? And you go down. Oh, I've got a table for 3. I got a table for 4. Yeah, at 8 o'clock, mate. Yeah. We've been expecting you. And then they sit you down and it smells all nice. They got candles on the table. That ain't gonna be in America no more. That's not gonna be there. That's all gonna be gone. Animals are Yahweh's making a home for the animals out of America. Certain animals are gonna live there, man. Jumanji'd off in it. You know what I mean? They're gonna be living there, certain crazy ass animals, birds and all that. After Earth. That place is gonna be something else, man. That's not gonna be a place where humans dwell to live. And on that, I'm gonna say, I thought I was ending the video earlier, but nah, I wasn't. Let me read verse 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and that's why you shouldn't boast in that riches. Especially you people out there that you're not even rich yourself. You people that are living paycheck to paycheck yourself, and you need help financially your own self, but you're trying to shit on somebody that's poorer than you. Because you've got a job and you're poor, but you're laughing at somebody that doesn't have a job and they're poor. But you're both poor though. And there'll be somebody that's making 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 250, a million, 2 million, 5 million. And above them, there's somebody too that's got a billion. But guess what? Above the billionaire, there's somebody that's got 10 billion. And above the person with 10 billion, there's somebody that's got 100. And somebody that's got 100 billion and somebody that's got 10 billion are not living the same lives, even though their lives are similar. Because that 10 billion person, 100 billion person can live the 10 billion person's life 10 times greater. So he can buy 1 jet, 1 yacht. I can buy 10. You know what I mean? And then the trillionaire can buy both of their lives a couple of times over, and all the things that they own. So boasting, and that's why the scriptures say in Jeremiah 9:23, don't boast in money. If you're boasting in money, okay, what about when somebody's got more money than you then? Or you think this person's dusty? Mr. Daniels? Well, what about when someone's got more money than you then? Are you dusty to them? You see what I mean? You see how it go? You want to boast in your might? Well, what about somebody that's did just a few more bicep curls than you, and his arms 1 or 2 centimeters bigger than yours? Then are you now a wimp now because he's got bigger arms than you? Or what? Or you want to boast in your wisdom? Okay, what about you've got 1 degree and a master's and a PhD? All right, well this person's got 3 of them. So are you dumb now? Are you a low IQ individual now because he's got more accolades in that kind of realm than you have? He's got more articles written than him. He's did more dissertations and experiments that have been I forget the word, man. With that et al. His name et al. And others and all that. You know what I mean? Or he's got more papers that have been written and published than you've got. So is he more higher than you now then? So what was the point of you boasting in that? But when it comes to faith, oh, I've got faith as a grain of a mustard seed, and you've got faith as the same size of an almond. We're both getting beamed up. And this ain't no sending for nobody neither. This is me just going into this topic about how you've got this world so proud that the poor are mocking the poor. And on that comment board, I was getting annoyed with all these people that was boasting and saying all this on these people that was poor, but they should have been focusing on the sins that these people was committing rather than their poverty. As if the rich don't commit commit sins themselves. The rich sin too, just like the poor, but their sins get looked over. Verse 17, for when 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, what city is like unto the great city? Because they knew they could make money from it. Verse 19, and they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich, that had ships sold not for the people, for the money, for that green, for the cream, cash rules everything around me. There was after that money, mate. They weren't mourning about the people. They wanted that guap, mate, that lettuce, you know, what they call it, that cheese, that fettuccine. That's what they was mourning after. Not Pablo and Susie and Katie. Oh, Katie got destroyed, mate. They don't care about that. They care about what Katie wanted to buy. Oh, Katie's gone. And Katie used to like her coffee in the morning. So now I can't sell that coffee to Katie because Katie's gone. Oh, Max liked German cars, but I can't sell Max them German cars now because Max is gone. He's perished. He's one of my top customers. Oh, that particular industry in general, oh, it's gone. So all the things that we used to sell to them now, who's going to buy it now? Because we made a whole industry based off the existence of this particular company, and we had a contract with this one company that we're going to produce this animal, this clothing material, this particular item for your company. Or you like gold? Okay, we're going to find somewhere that there's gold, and we're going to harvest that gold however way we need to produce for your company that likes and needs gold for whatever its purpose is. That's why they're going to mourn for America, Babylon the Great, not because it was righteous. So why am I saying this? Because boasting and being rich is not what's going to get you into the kingdom. If you became a millionaire right now, 2 million, a trillion, you understand? If you became a trillionaire tomorrow, really, that's not getting you beamed up. In fact, that would more likely be a reason why you don't get beamed up, yeah? So don't boast in the riches. Now, does that mean that you should just not try and better your life in any way if you can? Obviously not. Obviously not. Who the hell would ever suggest for somebody, if it's not going to affect nobody else in their life, to not increase their financial situation? Who would ever tell anybody something like that? That would be horrible advice. That would be horrible. Oh, I could get more money and it's not going to change nothing else in my life. I'm not going to have to work more hours. I'm going to have actually less stress. Nah, I don't think that's a good idea, you know. Stay making less and have more stress. Who's going to give advice like that? Nobody. That's stupid. But boasting in riches is ridiculous. And especially poor people mocking the poor themselves. That's even worse. And now I'm going to end the video. Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Shalom.